What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Marinaut Podcast, the only podcast by convicts for convicts. I'm Anthony, convicted for grand larceny, and with me are Teddy and Patrick. What are you guys in for?
I'm here for fraud.
Didn't Plankton commit fraud according to his villains wiki?
Yeah, he did. Many also like genocide, I think. Many other crimes.
Attempted genocide.
Mass enslavement. He succeeded in mass enslavement. That's a great movie. I love the SpongeBob movie.
It's probably the best one they made. They've made a couple, haven't they?
I think they made 3 now, right?
I know they made
two, and they were making like a new one, but it wasn't. It was like an animated 3D movie.
Yeah. Because there's the first one, the SpongeBob 2004 SpongeBob movie, classic, and then there's SpongeBob 2, Sponge Out of Water.
Is that the one that comes after that?
It's the superhero one, right?
That's the one where they're superheroes, and when they leave, they go
on
I'm
land.
Thinking
of the Atlantis one. The Atlantis one. I'm thinking of that.
Oh, the special, the Atlantis Squarepantis.
Yeah, I think that was a TV special. I don't think that was a theatrical release.
Was that a movie? I don't think it was a movie.
Wasn't
I don't think so.
Wasn't the Atlantean voiced by like David Bowie?
That might be true.
I think that's actually true. Yeah, someone researched that. I think that's actually true. I think that really was David Bowie. I was terrified of those guys, by the way.
Yeah, that's real, Anthony. You're right.
It's okay.
That's real.
That guy terrified me. Like genuinely very scary. I think it was the lips. I don't. I think the lips.
I agree with you.
Yeah. They were gross.
Disgusting looking. Like he was such a weird looking character. Do you remember how much they sang in that movie?
It was like a musical, wasn't it?
They like broke out into song every like 5 minutes.
I remember there's like really Squidward loves the what's it called, dude? The art museum.
Oh, they do have an art museum.
He like goes into the paintings or something.
He jumps into the paintings.
Yeah.
Do they like steal a penny?
Mario.
No, didn't they pop like a bubble?
They did something. Oh, they did pop a bubble. Yeah.
Didn't they accidentally kill like the most sacred bubble or something?
They popped like the first bubble. Yeah.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Like
why did I think they stole a penny?
And then I remember the joke was like, you just pop the bubble and like, oh, just kidding. That was a dummy. It was a replacement. Here's the real one. And then they also killed that one like immediately after.
They also popped that bubble.
Yeah. Like it was a sentient being.
That's comedic.
Yeah, the first bubble. It was the father of all bubbles.
The original.
The dirty bubble. Remember him?
I was looking at the video game. That's why I can't find the real cast.
The dirty
bubble. I didn't even know they made a video game.
There was
Isn't that the villain?
The bubble? Yeah, the dirty bubble is a villain.
Like in some SpongeBob episodes.
Yeah. In the superhero one for sure. The one where Squidward is like the volcano and he says Krakatoa. It turns out, dude, I didn't realize this.
Is so good.
Krakatoa was a real event. That was a real volcano that erupted in like the 1870s, and the sound wave traveled the entirety of the Earth in like a matter of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Patrick just.
That was.
What is
you can imagine the sound wave coming off of that image.
I looked up dirty bubble, and that's what comes up.
The cracking of the whip traveled the earth in a matter of seconds. God. It's a really good drawing.
Yeah.
I think what kills me is the fact that it's clearly drawn on paper with like markers.
It's not bad though. Like, I'd be proud of that.
I would too.
It's not even like a digital thing. It's like somebody actually made this in real life.
You can see like the little crumple.
This is hand drawn. You can see the folding of the paper. But yeah, Krakatoa blew up and the sound wave traveled to Earth like 3 times over. And then bodies would wash up. Yeah, and bodies would wash up on the shore for like months afterward because anyone within a 17-mile radius of that island like died immediately.
Ooh.
Like the explosion was like unprecedented.
Was that the loudest noise in history, or is I'm thinking of something else?
Oh.
No, it was the one bullet that guy in the Revolutionary War shot.
No, that's the the shot that traveled around the world.
Yeah. How could it have been? How could it have traveled? How could it have been heard around the world if it wasn't the loudest sound known to man?
Yeah, good point. You got a point there, Anthony.
That had to be. What gun do you think he was using? Maybe he's a time traveler from the future who went back.
He was using He's got to be using a wonder weapon from COD. Then
he had a.
he's using the what's it called? The thunder gun or whatever.
Thunder gun. He took a silencer and he turned it backwards and put it on, so he had like a loudener. And so he fired that. He went back in time to start the Revolutionary War so that America could be freed from tyranny.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Honestly, props to that guy. Hopefully that's like my descendant.
American hero that nobody talks about.
The one who
that guy.
The guy who started the Revolutionary War.
The literal time traveler with the fucking thunder gun, the wonder weapon.
I wonder if like
nobody talks about him.
Because you know how in the movies, when they're time travel movies, sometimes the plot is like they have to go back to start an event that they already like that has happened in their life. Like it's one big circle, kind of is like the thing.
Yeah, like the Harry Potter, like that kind of thing. Where like
they have to go back to trigger it. What do they trigger? The execution of Buck.
Yeah, it's like an infinite circle.
Yeah. I want what in our lives is going to be the event that someone has to like re-establish.
I don't know.
Like someone's gonna have to go back. Like it could be something minor, like I have to go back and get like Aqua Team Hunger Force off the air, or is it like gonna be something major? Like I have to go back and start World War I. Like was Archduke Franz Ferdinand assassinated by a time traveler?
You think so?
No, I think we know the guy who did it. No, dude,
it's the JFK. That's the time traveler.
Yeah. Isn't there a picture of him and there's like a guy and he's just wearing like a shirt from like the 2000s and there's like a picture of him in the JFK crowd or whatever? Is that a real thing or did I make that up?
Oh, he was assassinated by some guy in the X-Men movies.
Was
JFK assassinated by Magneto?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
What's that hinted towards? Because like the bullet can curve, isn't that like... And so that's what Magneto did to kill him. Is that true? Did you make that
Magneto
up?
He wouldn't even need a gun. He's sitting in a metal car. Magneto could fold it like a taco.
But then they know it was him. They'd be like, oh my god, this fucking car just folded up like a taco. That had to have been Magneto, the only guy who can fold up metal like a taco.
He could have taken a penny. He could have taken the stolen Atlantean penny and fired that at him.
Like he did in that one movie. Do you remember that when he pushed the coin through that one guy? Do you remember that?
Did he do that?
Hey, he did it. He pushed a coin through a guy.
Sir Ian McKellen?
No, it was the young one, Michael
Fassbender.
Michael. It was the young one, and
all I remember is
First Class in X-Men First Class. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It's good.
Is it actually?
It's good. It's better than anything that comes after Days of Future Past. That one's probably maybe better, but I think that one's good. According to my memory, I think that one's good because Michael pushes a coin into a guy's head and it like comes out the other side and he like does it really slowly. It's like, what? That is a PG-13 rating, but it's cool. Cool movie. It gets my endorsement.
Like having the ability to control metal kind of a little overpowered. Like there's a lot you can, like metal is everywhere.
You remember the other movies? Like in the next ones when he's like ripping metal from the earth and he's like just ripping it out of the ground to destroy cities and stuff.
Doesn't he like annihilate Auschwitz and then carry it across the continent?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
I've never seen these movies. Why does he have to move Auschwitz?
I think his parents his parents died in Auschwitz.
Yeah.
And he like destroys it and then carries it over to Patrick Stewart's house or something.
I forgot about that.
I don't remember what was happening in that movie.
Apocalypse, is that the one?
That guy looks so weird.
That movie was so bad. I can't believe I honestly liked it. When I first saw it, I kind of liked it, but like just thinking about it, oh.
When did Apocalypse come out in comparison to Infinity War? Because when you compare Thanos to Apocalypse, Apocalypse does not hold up, like visually.
There's got to be like 2 pictures of just Thanos and Apocalypse. Well, Apocalypse is like just practical, but like just not done well.
It was poorly done practical.
And Thanos is just really well done CGI, so it like beats it just very clearly. Like this is just a head-to-head. It's like Oscar Isaac, the poor dude, had to really sit in the makeup chair to look like that all day long and act as this fucking dude. This ancient Egyptian. Wasn't that what he was? He was like an ancient Egyptian mutant.
Like, he was like King Tut, but...
God, fuck.
Why'd they get Oscar Isaac to play an ancient Egyptian?
I don't know.
I guess he really was just the voice.
Yeah, he basically... All I remember from that movie was the opening was really like... It was set in ancient Egypt.
Yes.
Of course. But it was just so crazy and intense. And it was like such a great start to the movie. But then the rest of the movie is just so stupid. It just gets more and more stupid as it goes on. But I do like in that movie how all the powers and stuff that they use are just so crazy. Like Magneto just rips up the entire fucking Earth. He like just rips up cities and stuff. After he rips up Auschwitz from the ground and like carries it across the countries. I don't know what he does with it. Do you remember what he does with Auschwitz? Why does he do that?
He assassinates JFK.
He like crushes it all up into a little ball, and he like...
I don't remember what he did. I think it was like I think that was when he realized his parents had died in Auschwitz or something. It was a touching moment, I think. I don't remember it very well.
It's a touching moment.
They should, the next SpongeBob movie should have like practical effects. Like the Atlantean fish should be like a real, like a puppet, like a hyper realistic puppet.
When they come out of the water, instead of it being 3D CGI, it's like just practical effects, and it's just little fucking SpongeBob puppets. I would love to see that.
In the show, when they come out of water, they'd be like actual sea creatures, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Which was a very funny joke, I feel like.
That was pretty funny. That show, dude, I mean, like, it's not underrated because everybody knows about it and everybody's seen it. But I feel like it's still underrated in terms of just how good it was. Until the later seasons. I feel like it got worse as it went on.
Do you remember the moment that SpongeBob was ruined? I can name it. It was the toenail episode. It was the one where like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Where SpongeBob's like helping move furniture and it like peels. Why? That's not funny at all. Maybe a little bit, but like that's disgusting.
Well, I remember it goes over and it like rips it, and then it like SpongeBob's like, "Oh, my bad," because it's like ripping up Squidward's toe. And then he like pulls it back over and it like rips it more and it does another close up of the toenail coming off. And it's like screaming in agony, like just pure agony. And SpongeBob's like, "Oh, my bad," and pushes it back and it like just rips it off entirely. And this fucking Squidward is just wailing. It's like it's not the funniest thing I've ever seen.
There was some weird like meat attachment that hung off the toenail when it came off. And like, I don't know. I'd get that joke in another show. I felt like an Adult Swim joke. But also, why does Squidward have toenails? That's disgusting also.
How many does he have?
One per tentacle.
Yeah. No way. He can't. That's not fair.
It was disgusting. It was so gross. I hated that. That episode was like the breaking point for SpongeBob.
Yeah, you might be right.
Which is too bad because SpongeBob, like, sorry, I'm looking at the dirty bubble again. Which is too bad because SpongeBob is like genuinely. I think a lot of people see it as funny now because of how many memes have come out of it and how it's like kind of stayed alive through pop culture. But those first 3 seasons, like the writing was genuinely good. Like that actually was a very funny show.
Oh yeah. God, sad.
Rip to SpongeBob.
Is it over yet, or are they still making episodes?
No, they're still going. They haven't quit yet.
Dude, what? I remember
how do they keep making episodes for that?
Yeah, honestly, what can they do? Like, how do they keep making up stuff? SpongeBob, I feel like they've almost done everything. Oh
yes, okay. Yeah, Patrick sent a
including
picture.
that fucking episode. I remember that episode.
That's the way SpongeBob is now. There's weird, like, they made this weird shift towards body, like, gross out humor.
It's like grotesqueness.
Like, why?
It's gross. I think it's because the writing went bad because didn't like the creator leave the show and like stop getting involved?
He did, yeah. After the movie, he left.
That's right.
Steven Hillenburg.
I feel like they lost their like good writing and ideas, and they just kind of went for more of this type of humor.
He's got some cavities in there.
Like, it's just, I don't want to see that. I didn't want to ever have to see that, and they made me look at it. And it's not
it's like a deviant art drawing. It feels like something a child would have drawn.
It's get it off the screen. It's like disgusting. I hate it.
I don't like it either. SpongeBob. No. I've heard it's gotten better. Like the recent seasons have been mediocre.
Oh well, that's a plus.
I think Steven Hillenburg came back a little while before he passed away.
Where he fucking dropped.
Yeah, I think he came back for a couple seasons and like.
Yeah, I think he died in like 2018. I want to say.
It was sometime
maybe
pretty recently.
God, dude. Remember how many people died?
Yeah, it was
past
not long
couple
ago.
of years. Celebrities. That fucking Snape guy died too.
Oh yeah, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, he died. Didn't fucking Stephen Hawking? When did he die? Was that like 2014?
2014. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Stephen Hawking. I thought that was way more recent.
I don't know.
2018. 2018, he died.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking was 2018?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2014, bro. I thought it was way long ago. That's wild.
Yeah. I feel like I have just kind of lost track of time in general.
Yeah.
No, it was 2011 for Steve Jobs. I'm trying to think of just all the famous people who have died in our lifetime.
Oh, a ton.
Yeah.
In our lifetime, yeah. I mean, that's like.
Or
20,
I mean, not
20
sorry,
years.
not our lifetime. Like when we like knew about them, you know, like because when you're like 6 years old, you didn't know these, you didn't like know anything about like the actors.
Yeah.
I remember finding out when Michael Jackson died, and I didn't know who he was, and I was on a plane.
I do remember that too.
I was on a plane when I figured it out, and I like turned to, I think one of my parents. I was like, why does everyone care about this Michael Jackson guy? Turns out he was the king of pop.
He was the king of pop. How could you say that?
I didn't know who he was.
I saw it like King Supers. I saw it in like a King Supers magazine. Like Michael Jackson. Like I was checking out with my mom. Like she's bagging up the groceries, and I'm looking at the magazines, and one's just like Michael Jackson dead, drug overdose ? Like it's just a picture of him, and he's just like. I did a pose. You can't see me, but I did a pose just now where I crossed my arms and like my hands together. But like he was posing or something like that, and it was like Michael Jackson dead. I was like, oh my god, this guy is dead. I don't know who he is, but he's dead.
I remember for months.
Big impact on me.
Yeah, for months after he passed, newspapers and magazines would not stop talking about him and trying to figure out. Because originally, I think we didn't know how he passed away, and then. There was like the autopsy and all that, and people they identified that it was like an overdose on prescribed medication, and then there's like the attempted lawsuit, I think, at his doctor or something. And And so he was all over the news, and a lot of them would be like photos of him before he died, and he was looking not very good. And there would also be photos of him when he was younger. And I didn't understand that it was the same person because Michael Jackson, before he died, had undergone multiple surgeries, and his skin was like a much lighter tone, and his hair was darker, and like he like straightened it, and he looked like an entirely different person. And I could not understand that was the same person. It's like the weirdest thing.
Well, it is. It's like it is very strange. Like, I get, what was it? He had like a skin condition that like gave him white blotches all over his body or something like that. Is that true? I don't know anything. I don't know what's true about this guy. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know, there's so much stuff about Michael Jackson that's so like conspiracy.
So much to uncover.
Well, did you know about the Pepsi commercial fire?
No.
He was recording a Pepsi commercial and pyrotechnics like glitched out or something. His hair caught fire. His whole head caught fire. There's a video of it. You can watch it happen. And I think that contributed to why he had so many like facial reconstructive surgeries.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Michael Jackson genuinely caught fire in a commercial. He didn't say a word either. He's very quiet about it. Like during like when his head was on fire. Like he didn't like scream or anything.
Jackson's hair catching on fire.
Yeah, I had like no idea about this until recently.
What? How did you find out?
Someone had mentioned it.
When did you learn the truth?
I think I was talking to people at lunch in college. And they're like, oh, and his hair caught fire. It's like, no, it didn't. Michael Jackson never had burns. But apparently he did. He had very bad burns from this.
Oh, yeah, like it totally I'm watching it right now. It totally catches on fire. He doesn't even notice for a while. He's just dancing. Yeah. He just keeps going.
And then he sprints off stage.
Yeah, well, then people just come over and just tackle him and start patting him down. He barely even noticed. Wow.
How long does it take to realize that you're on fire?
Whenever the pain happens.
I guess, yeah.
Like when it's your hair, like there's a buildup to it.
I guess. Because you can't really
you can probably
your hair.
You can probably smell it.
I would imagine.
Oh.
Probably feel it too. I don't know. Smell. You want to test, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should test. Test it out for us.
Lie on down and light my hair on fire and record it.
Yeah.
I've got short hair. My hair. Who's got the longest hair? We'll test with them.
I think it's me, honestly. I think it's
Teddy.
It's gotta be me.
We're gonna light Teddy's hair on fire.
All right, yeah, okay. All right, try it
do it
out.
At like a random interval. Like we'll set up a camera. This will be the 1,000 subscribers special. We'll set up a camera. We'll have Teddy dance, and then at a random point throughout the dance, someone will come up and like light your hair on fire.
See how long it takes for me to notice.
And then this isn't funny. Rest in peace.
Everybody just tackles me, starts punching my hair, my fucking face until it's out.
Doesn't burnt hair smell really bad?
Oh yeah, right.
Because it's skin cells, and burnt skin smells. It has a distinct scent. Yeah. Not that I would know. I haven't like burnt flesh, like mine or anyone else's. But I think like it gives off a awkward pause right after. I think it has a particular aroma about it.
Yeah, like rotting flesh. Like it's that same kind of deal.
Yeah, like in Minecraft.
Yeah, like in Minecraft.
No, I've been
you
watching.
Only have to eat it when you're desperate.
Oh yeah, I eat it all the time though because it's just everywhere.
It's delicious.
In real life, are we still talking about Minecraft?
Yeah, no, I was talking about real life.
Yeah,
I was never talking about Minecraft.
I have large amounts of rotting flesh in my dormitory. I don't know why I said dormitory. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say dormitory in real life. I think it's a word that I've only ever read, but I've never said or heard anyone say.
Until now. In the context of you having A lot of rotten flesh.
Rotten flesh in my room. Oh, yes, I keep it in my dormitory. My dormitory.
Wow. That was incredible. That was insane.
Which I was living in the nicest dorm this last week. I got like totally upgraded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll get into it. For those of you who don't know, actually, you probably noticed, because I know all of you, all 21 of you are diehard fans. You love watching the podcast every week that it comes out. You might have noticed that this last week, there was no upload. And that's because I had COVID. And so I was not able to record a podcast. I was feeling a little under the weather. And so they moved me. I woke up and I had a fever. And when I came back to school, I signed a contract that said if I feel any like symptoms of sickness, that I'd go get tested. And so I had a fever and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get tested. And I did. And I got the call. I was positive. And they moved me out of my room. They're so casual about it. It's just like a call. And they're like, hey, so your test came back positive. So we need you out of your room immediately. So pack up and get out and go to this different dorm. And I did. And my dorm currently is just, it's one small room. And the room that they put me in it was 3 rooms. It was a bathroom, a kitchen, and then a room with some beds. And it was very peaceful. It's very nice.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Did they feed you?
Oh, they brought me really good food. Like,
they brought you some gourmet meals.
Well, I don't know why I said that. I lost my sense of taste and smell.
Oh no!
Like my first day being in there. So I guess the food like conceptually was really good, but I don't know how it tasted.
That's tragic.
Well,
I'm glad you've recovered.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Granted, I'm not trying to make any comments about like the nature of COVID. I'm 20 years old. Like. It wasn't going to be too bad for me, but it wasn't that awful. I think the worst symptom I had was like body aches, and then I was tired. I slept for 12 hours, and then I felt fine after that.
Hell yeah. That's a vacation.
It literally was like a vacation with food service, room service.
Wow. Yeah.
Although there were no nurses. There were no nurses to check in on me, and then on the last day I got an email. And it read like a spam email from like Domino's Pizza or something. It said like, have you had a fever in the last 24 hours? Have your symptoms gotten worse? If you answered no to any of these questions, you can leave quarantine. I was like, that's it? Like,
oh, you're just out of there.
No one's gonna check on me. Scout's honor. I just have to promise, like, oh, I solemnly swear I feel better. And I got to leave, yeah.
Wow.
So it was great. Highly recommend.
Yeah, that's good for you. That's awesome.
But it gave me time to catch up on some films. I got in touch with my inner weeb because I forgot to pack a razor, and I've never like attempted to grow facial hair because I know it just won't look good on me. But I kind of had no choice because I just had no access to a razor for a while. Turns out all my facial hair grows just on the bottom part of my, like, just like beneath the chin, like you know, like on the neck and the chin.
Neck area.
I grew a neck beard. I haven't shaved it yet. It's still there. I have to shave it before class tomorrow. And then I have my next class is Japanese, and I didn't bring any of my textbooks. I've got homework due, and so to kind of like prep me for class. Me and my friend who was also in quarantine decided that we would rewatch an anime together on Zoom through Netflix, and we rewatched Full Metal Alchemist. And yeah, I just kind of became a weeb. I wouldn't move for like 6 hours at a time, just watching anime and growing disgusting facial hair.
Wow, good for you. You like really became a weeb.
I'm a method actor.
Yeah, metaphysical change for you. How was it?
That's a good show. I really like that show.
You watched all of it?
Yeah, I think it's 5 seasons, 13 episodes per season.
You went crazy.
I went. I had nothing to do. I couldn't leave.
So you know all you relearned all the lore.
I've relearned all the lore. Yeah, I've re-entered my anime phase. It had me pumped up. I'm ready to run the 400-meter dash again. I've re-entered my weeb phase.
You gotta rewatch Attack on Titan, dude.
Oh, actually, I never finished that series. I watched the first season, and I think I liked it because I was 13. I was like, oh, it's edgy. Look at all this
talking
blood.
to you guys about that, like on the swings one time. We were discussing like, how it would hold up to the manga, like what would be different and stuff, and how they would do it in the second season. And then we just never watched the second season, or at least I didn't. And you didn't.
Dude, it took like 5 years, not 5 years. It took like
a long
4
time.
years to come out with the
It
second
did take
season.
a long time. I totally forgot. By that point, yeah, we just all gone to like high school. Like we were just out of there by that time. Just grew out of it.
I had completely lost interest in like the subject matter.
That's funny. Wow.
I think that happens a lot with like media. Like the Angry Birds movie or the Emoji movie. Like, why did you wait until 2017 for this to come out? No one has played Angry Birds since like 2013. Like
That's so true.
You 100% missed your opportunity with this one.
Yeah. Did it make money? Hold on, I gotta look this up. I gotta look up.
Of course,
Angry
it made
Birds
money.
Did it make like a good amount of money? I know they made a second one.
Angry Birds probably made like 2 times its budget.
352 million? It made $352 million.
Wait, how much was its budget?
That's what I'm trying to find. Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, yeah, worldwide. Okay. Budget was 73 million. Okay, yeah. So
so it was a massive success.
They made it big with that one. Wow, okay, fuck it. But yeah, I feel like they could have even made it bigger, like hit the 1 billion if they released it when it was actually popular and people played it. I'm surprised they never made a Plants vs. Zombies movie, but I'm also pretty grateful that they didn't.
Oh, just wait. That'll come out soon.
The only human character in that game doesn't even speak English. Crazy Dave just mumbles.
It's just like
there's no dialogue at all.
It's like
that's
the whole movie.
It's subtitles the entire movie.
What would you if they approached you and they're like, we need you to make the Plants vs. Zombies movie, like how do you adapt that? Step 1,
wow.
I think the plants have to speak.
Yeah.
You have to get like Josh Gad or like, Bill Hader to play the plants.
Yeah, get a Bill Hader in there.
Get a Bill Hader in there. I like Bill Hader. He can be the pea shooter.
Be the pea shooter. I was just thinking that.
I'm thinking
trying to think of more actors.
The main cast, I'm thinking the pea shooter, the sunflower, the walnut, because I like it the way it looks.
Walnut is Kevin James.
Okay, I like that. The walnut is Kevin James. The sunflower is who's the sunflower? Bill Hader. Bill Hader could be the sunflower.
Bill Hader.
Is there a girl plant? We need to diversify this cast.
Is the sun a girl?
It could be. I think that's. I don't want to like genderize plants, but I think the sunflower could be the most feminine. I think it has the potential.
Mm-hmm.
Mila Kunis or someone.
And
like
then
that.
The protagonist would be like some 10-year-old generic white boy. This is going off of like all the Hollywood stereotypes. I imagine the kid from the Lorax, but he's got like a backpack full of these plants, and he has to kill the zombies, and he's trying to rescue some girl, his neighbor. So he's got to go from he's working his way up the street. His house is at the bottom of the cul-de-sac, and hers is at the top. And he has to go from house to house trying to save this girl. And Crazy Dave is the villain, and he's played by Kevin James also.
Kevin James special.
Kevin James plays all the characters.
Oh, yes. Yes.
God,
God, dude.
I would hate the Plants vs Zombies movies.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't make them. They made video games. Did you guys ever play the video game, like the shooter that they made?
You did. I thought
Garden
you
Based off
did.
of the mobile game? Yeah, I did, dude. Like, anybody else, or is it just me?
Are they gonna make a MOBA or not a MOBA? A battle royale? Is it gonna be
No,
a Plants vs Zombies
I
battle
think
royale?
they released the second one, like the sequel to the original, like third person shooter that me and like Noah played. We might have to blur his name out, but like yeah, we were so into that game. But the second one came out, it kind of sucked. I played like the beta. I played like one match, and I was like, I'm too old for this, and this sucks. You know, like that's exactly what I thought. And then I don't think it did very well. Like I don't think people played it that much. So I think they gave up on Plants vs Zombies. I don't think they'll make a MOBA of it, unfortunately, because I'd love to see that.
Garden Royale.
Or yeah, Garden Royale. Yeah.
That makes me sad. I hope Angry Birds makes a comeback and they have like a Call of Duty knockoff with the birds. Instead of guns, you're like sending the birds out. You hold a slingshot with your hand. And you fire them.
Come on. There's like,
but before the match begins, you build your fortress. You build your house out of like glass and wood and stone.
that sounds kind of sick. So it's like Fortnite, Angry Birds.
That's the worst sentence.
Awesome.
Terrible. Fortnite. What app could you see making a comeback?
I don't know.
I don't know, because I don't know what people like anymore, you know?
Do people even play apps anymore?
I don't know. And like based on the fucking ads I get on YouTube, bro, like I don't want to go anywhere near mobile games. They're just terrible.
There are 3 types of mobile game ads. There are the ones that show generic gameplay, and there's like pop music, and I don't know how they don't get copyrighted. Then there's the mom versus dad gameplay, and one is horrible, and the other's like decent. And that's in the same category as that are the commercials where it's like generic gameplay, but it's a puzzle, and the answer is so obvious, and they keep getting it wrong, and they want you to like sit there and get so angry that you have to download it for yourself to answer it.
Oh, God,
and then the third category is Clash of Clan like knockoffs, where it's just like generic war games, and the icon is some dude screaming. And
Kingdom Royale.
Kingdom, oh my God, is that the one that I keep getting ads for, where the guy's like, it's my kingdom. You can't take the wheat from me. I hate that. Stop.
And they're always like, sorry, there's only limited resources. So he's like, he would be my friend, but we're at odds with each other.
Yeah.
I have to kill him. I have to take him out. I've seen apology ads for games that are like, it's like these characters, and it's these people with like very strong Chinese accents, but they're like, we're sorry for falsely advertising our game. To make up for it, we're gonna give you 1,000 free gems if you download the game, and we're gonna give you a free role and a free character. And like, I was like,
is that
what?
real?
It's real. I've seen 2 of them now. I've seen 2 of them in like the span of 2 weeks, bro. That's once per week.
What did they advertise
Terrible.
falsely?
I don't know. Like, I can't remember what game it was, but like this just comes on. It like comes on with sad music and these 2 animated characters, and they're just like, we are sorry for advertising falsely. We are sorry for showing false gameplay and CGI. Like, I was like, what is this? This is a genuine apology advertisement? And then they were like, and then if you download our game, we'll give you these free gems. I was like, pretty convincing. At least they apologized.
Genius. Maybe that's what we should do to get the channel out there. Is make an apology video and make it an advertisement.
Sorry, we exist. But if you subscribe, you some free gems.
We'll mail you little gems. I used to get paid when I was a kid. I didn't have like a proper. Oh, I did have an allowance, but like I would do chores, and every chore I would do would earn me those plastic gems that you put at the bottom of like a fish tank. And I had like a box that I kept them in, and I think they were like they represented like $5. So if I saved up 5 of them, I don't remember how much they were worth. My only understanding of them was 5 of them could get me a Game Boy game, and so. My understanding of money as a kid was if I just keep working and I can get more gems that get me Game Boy games. And then I discovered that's not at all what it's like.
No, it's close though.
Almost like that, except it turns out the government keeps taking some of those gems away from me.
Really
to buy
do.
their own Game Boy games.
They buy their own game.
Donald Trump really likes the Game Boy. He keeps buying all the cartridges. He's destroying the market. They're really expensive now.
Game Boy games
That's
are?
the only problem. Yeah, Game Boy games are really expensive.
Like, how expensive are you talking?
It depends on the game. Pokemon games cost a lot. They just like...
Really?
I think they've reached the point. I think every console system... Those are the same word. Console kind of goes through this. Where it's like... You reach a point where there's like the Xbox 360 is still at the point where it's cheap old trash. Like you can buy an Xbox 360 game for like $5.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the PlayStation 1 or the N64, those games cost a lot because those are now like retro or whatever. And I think GameCube games also are kind of considered retro. And as time goes on, older consoles, they have like this weird, like at first they're like super cheap, like dirt cheap trash. And then as more time passes, they slowly like go up in value.
It's fun.
But it depends on the game. Like I don't think there's ever going to be a day where Sneak King for the Xbox 360 is going to be the Burger King Xbox game.
Maybe in like 100 years or something.
Yeah, in the distant future, am I going to catch my like child on YouTube watching some game reviewer talk about this ancient relic? Like, have you guys ever heard of a Burger King Xbox game, Sneak King?
Oh no!
Will those exist in the future? Will YouTube game reviewers exist, like Scott the Woz?
Yeah.
In like 20 years?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll still be Scott?
Oh, how old is he now? He'll be like 50 or 40 or something?
That's like our age.
Oh, yeah. He'll be like... Wait, how many years in the future you said? 20?
Like 20 years.
Yeah, he's going to be like 40. 40 something.
Do YouTubers like... I don't know any YouTubers that are like 40. Like, I feel like
Doug
people...
Walker.
He doesn't count.
Doug Walker.
Doug Walker.
Is he 50?
We've looked this up so many times in the podcast.
He's 38. Why did I think he was 50? Oh my gosh.
Because he's 50.
His recent self, he does look old now that he's bald and stuff.
Yeah. I think shaving the head was a bad look for him, but also it's better than what he was hiding underneath that film cap.
Doug.
Poor Doug. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think at a certain point it does look like him. The kids were. Can we talk about the Polar Express?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We talk about the Polar Express. That movie, I have such vivid memories of being a kid, and it's finally like winter break's coming up, and so they have the Christmas party, which I went to a public school in elementary school, and it didn't register with me about how kind of that was like a little weird, because like I definitely had friends who were Jewish and who would have to participate in our Christmas party. That's kind of a relic of 2006, but not related. They would wheel out the Polar Express on like it was on the big like CRT TV. It had to be connected to like the wheelie, like, you know what I'm talking about, the cart.
Oh yeah.
Everyone would watch it in class. That movie looks so bad.
They watched the Polar Express in school?
Yes, they would I had classmates who did not celebrate Christmas.
When you guys were with me at my school, I think we even did that at one point.
We were like 13 at that point. Yeah. Yeah.
We must have, because I remember doing that at some point. But Yeah, the dude.
Dude,
that
I remember
movie looks
watching.
like shit.
I remember watching. What the Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever it's called.
Oh, we watched
Like
that.
I remember watching that like at like a church on like a field. Do you guys remember that? When I was like 15.
Really?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Anthony, were you there?
Was that at youth group? Did we go to youth group?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I
I
went to youth group a
remember.
couple times.
I think I went like once and then
Wow.
it was like for Halloween or something. And they did the Nightmare Before Halloween.
They just put you on a field and made you watch it.
Yeah, on like one of those giant like a projector on like a screen. One of those giant like screens that they wheel out there.
Feel
It
closer
sounds
to
like
Jesus?
I vaguely remember it, but I don't feel like I was even there.
I was with some group. Maybe it was like or something. I don't remember.
I feel like that had to have been.
I don't remember who I was with.
I feel like that had to have been like a
That
youth
sounds
group
like
thing.
a Luke, honestly. That sounds like a Luke story. You're on a field
I was
somewhere.
with some people I knew though, because I would not want to go to youth group with nobody I didn't know, because I hate meeting new people.
Well, because my mom teamed up with Patrick's mom, and maybe yours too, Teddy. I don't remember, but they forced us to go to youth group. Like we had no choice, and I hated it. Like
What? When was that?
middle
When was
school,
that?
Yeah,
Maybe-
this must have been a while ago.
part of high school, because I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not the most religious guy, and even then, I wasn't the most religious guy, and like, I think I hated it more because I was being forced to go, and I didn't know anybody there, and I remember I went for like a Thanksgiving event, and they made me do bowling with like I had a turkey, and they set up cans of like cranberries at the end, and I had to bowl with the turkey. I didn't learn anything about Jesus there. What does that have to do with Jesus?
Oh my god.
It's like
I feel like I remember kind of what you're talking about.
it was
was like-
awful.
David ever there with us?
David, I think was like the yeah.
Okay, he was there. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I hated that too. Yeah, absolutely. Did
I
not
think you
enjoy
were.
that.
I think your parents were in on it. I think your parents also forced you to go.
God damn, they formed like a coalition.
They did.
Dude.
And they made us go bowling with turkeys.
God, they really did, didn't they? Shame on them for making us bowl with turkeys.
And I think this was like before I had like a functioning phone. Like I think I still had like a flip phone or something at the time, or one of those you remember those phones that like they didn't flip up but they like slid up? They had like the horizontal keyboard.
A BlackBerry?
Yeah, it was like one of those.
Like a BlackBerry? Okay. Did I have a phone at that time? Maybe I had like an iPod.
Dude, I remember when I was like 9 and I learned about what the BlackBerry was for the first time, and like I played some game on it. Like
Brick Breaker.
Was that it? It was like a
BlackBerry
ball.
had Brick Breaker. My dad had a BlackBerry, and I would steal it to play Brick Breaker.
Was that the?
I
I remember there's like a lead ball that you shot at stuff. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what
I remember like learning about that in the car, and like one of my family members showed me that a BlackBerry, and I thought it was so cool.
Like
it's fucking sick.
that was my
I also remember
introduction to like mobile games.
I also remembered you guys had iPods, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
iPods were sick.
Legendary.
iPods were sick. They were though. I could play like. Here's the thing. I make a lot of Angry Birds jokes, but like, I played my fair share of Angry Birds. I remember how exciting getting a snow day was in school because then I could stay inside and play Angry Birds on my iPod.
Wait, I'm not thinking of. You guys are thinking of like the actual iPod, right? Like the. It's like a phone.
The Nano?
I'm thinking of the Nano.
What
I had the
games are you playing on?
I had the iPod Nano. It didn't have games. All it had was like movie, and it had a movie, and it had
What
music.
movie are you watching on the Nano?
I had one movie, and it was Marley and Me. That was it. That was it.
Resolution.
Yeah, it was like
1 inch by 1 inch.
200 by 200 pixels or something. With like the most grainy audio imaginable.
God, this is making me laugh so hard. This
Oh,
the
God.
best laughs are when you start laughing and just no sound comes out. It's just like all air. Thinking of this like low res Marley and Me.
Patrick just on his
Is-
little iPod
Oh.
Nano
That's killing me.
or
Oh,
Flappy Bird. Remember the sensation that was in middle school?
oh,
Yeah.
yes. The
Why was
guy-
that such a big deal? Because it was just a fun game.
Because it was rage inducing.
People love
Yeah,
to
Remember,
rage.
like when people like raged at it. I remember, didn't they? Like if somebody
Yeah,
was
we all
playing and they had a
cared.
good streak and somebody messed with their game, like they got pissed.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh
a
yeah.
big deal. That was.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment in middle school where like, because I know in middle school we'd push things. Well, and in high school we'd push things a little too far, like just to see what you could do. Was there ever a moment where you kind of realized like, oh, that might have been too far. I shouldn't have done that, like breaking someone's Flappy Bird score.
Breaking someone's Flappy Birds.
I know in high school I had a friend who broke his toe, and I stole his crutches and threw them down the stairs. I don't know why I did that. And I watched him crawl down.
Okay, I was there. That was he was
He
fine
was
with
fine. He was fine.
it. Justin can handle that stuff. He can
Yeah.
handle that.
But looking back on it, that's definitely one of those things where it's like, why did I do that? I was probably too far.
Out of context,
Ugh.
it's so bad.
Did you ever break a man's Flappy Bird score? I don't
Like,
think I ever did.
I probably did. I was a prick. But I remember I had a really good score. Like I had a really high score. Like that was. I remember that about Flappy Bird, and the big sensation was that I would just play it so much, and I would try and get this huge score to like beat somebody else that had a big score. But I can't remember who it was now.
Did you
but-
play it in class ever? I was too afraid to play my iPod in class.
I played in class all the time.
I remember the two big games to play in class were Deer Hunter and Bloons Tower Defense.
Deer Hunter,
I was on the line
yes.
of Bloons Tower Defense.
Bloons Tower Defense genuinely is a fun game that I would play today.
Dude, I play it every time I go on a plane and I have nothing to do. I just play Bloons Tower Defense. That's all I do.
That's smart.
Do you
That's a
like?
good
Do you at this moment have like a mobile game on your phone? Like, do you have like an app on your phone to play?
Let me check. Actually, I don't think I do.
I don't think I do either.
I think
it's been
maybe
years.
Bloons and like Bloons is like the only one because I literally only have it for when I go to the airport.
I don't think I have a single
Um,
game.
I also
I have Minecraft.
I have Plague Inc.
Wait, you have Pocket Edition on your phone?
Yeah, I've got Minecraft on my phone.
I remember when Pocket Edition first came out, and it would spawn you in like a house or like a castle, and you couldn't break anything, and like you just walk around in this designated seed. And now Pocket Edition is just pretty much the normal version of Minecraft.
Yeah,
That's kind of incredible.
that's pretty good. Good on them.
Like that actually is kind of insane. I remember people used to talk about how mobile gaming was the future, and like I always made fun of that because I didn't think that was true.
They still say that.
I still think it's not true.
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree.
Like
It's not.
Elder Scrolls Legends, what is it called? Elder Scrolls Pocket Edition?
Blades.
Wait,
Elder Scrolls
Among Us is on the
Blades.
It's on the
Among Us
iPhone?
is on the phone. Stardew Valley's on the phone. Minecraft for sure. Angry Birds Space.
Minecraft.
Pretty much all the good games. But like,
Oh, even Call of Duty. Even Call of Duty is on the phone.
no, it's
Call of
not.
Duty. Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Do you remember the old
Real-
Call of Duty knockoffs that would be in
PUBG.
the App Store? PUBG. Oh yeah.
Oh, I played PUBG on my phone in high school. It's embarrassing to say.
It's a little cursed.
I remember playing it on like the bus into like fucking downtown, like playing PUBG in like junior year of high school or something like that, like winning a match on the bus. Terrible. Worst time of my life. Mobile games suck. I don't think they're the future at all. I think if anything, the ads we get for them on YouTube are just an indication of where they'll stay at. I feel like.
I don't ever see like a. Have you ever seen a mobile game ad on YouTube and thought like, wow, that actually looks fun?
Not even once.
I think the first time I saw a mobile game ad where I was like, oh, this is a real thing, was an AFK Arena ad that had Markiplier in it.
Dude,
And
that's all I see nowadays is that game.
The first time
all
I
the
saw
ads
it,
I
I
get.
died laughing because Markiplier was... Yeah, it's Markiplier.
Markiplier equal funny.
Markiplier equal funny. Welcome to the Marinaut Podcast.
With like this terrible animation and like the dog is just looking at him the whole time and he's like, hey, what's up everybody? I'm a real person. And it's just
I'm playing AFK Arena.
Yeah, barely matches his voice. It's like, oh my god. I think I watched through the whole thing the first time I saw it.
I did too.
But no, it doesn't make me want to play it.
But
like,
that was when I realized like this is real.
Play it. Yeah, seriously. But like the way
it.
they market it is like, don't play it. Like download the game and don't play it. So it's like I'm just gonna not download the game. Then I won't play it, you know?
Unless you guys want to sponsor us, in which case we love AFK Arena.
AFK Arena. I would download it right now and I would not play it.
Maybe we can get on AFK Arena's good side and then they'll let us meet Markiplier.
Oh gosh. That's cursed. That's so cursed.
You know what's truly cursed? Like the one thing I think about that I think is just so funny.
What?
When we were all in that one like house in Nebraska and we were all just like in the basement playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Just in the middle of like
we also watched
nowhere in Nebraska.
Barnyard.
We did.
Yeah. And like High School
back at the
Musical or
barnyard.
something.
We did.
That was an odd mental like state to be in for us to do all those things in a short amount of time.
That was early Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that was the original Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And like, so
nobody knew about it yet. Like nobody knew about everything about it yet.
When you break it down, like, you know, people always talk about like BC, like, you know, all that, like before Christ, after Christ. This is pre-Markiplier. This is BM.
Yeah. Oh, BM.
BM. This is before Markiplier. Because he blew up.
No, Markiplier was big before.
No, Markiplier blew up from Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's misinformation.
Don't tell me that's misinformation. I'm a Markiplier expert. I know the lore.
No, I remember watching before
Instagram
that.
fact checked me.
Holy shit.
I don't doubt that played a big part, but I don't think I'm pretty sure he was big before that. Could be wrong. I don't remember.
Impossible.
I think he had a following before that, and I think the Five Nights at Freddy's is what made him like huge, you know. But I remember he played with like the likes of maybe PewDiePie.
Well, because he's part of the trio.
I was gonna call them the Syndicate.
The Syndicate.
The fucking YouTube Syndicate. PewDiePie at the top.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They run around London with blades in their wrist.
The grapple hooks in that game. Do you remember that game?
Physically in their wrist.
I didn't play that game. I didn't play any Assassin's Creed games after the pirate one. I said no thanks to the rest. I didn't want them. Oh no, I did play the one that was in Paris. That one sucks. Don't play Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that was a launch title for the Xbox One. That was
yeah, it was
Assassin's Creed Revolutions. I don't remember. I made that up.
Yeah, probably Assassin's Creed.
It was the one in the French Revolution, and I remember because their faces wouldn't always spawn.
Yeah, do you know that was still a problem? I played that game, like I think this year, honestly, I think I got that game this year because it was on sale for like maybe $5 or something like that. So I was like, I'm gonna play this game because it also had multiplayer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna maybe play this with like Kevin because I know he has all the Assassin's Creed games.
He would.
That game sucks. I played it for an hour, not even maybe like 35 minutes, and yeah, dude, the faces still had trouble loading in. Like the game had already been out for like I think 3 or 4 years at that point. Like the game was still bad.
They never fixed that.
A bad game. Just a bad. I mean, Assassin's Creed, man. Listen, they just suck. I think. I don't think they hold up.
They're not. What's the new one? Valhalla. They're Vikings.
They're Vikings.
I feel like they're running out of ideas.
And it's like I watched gameplay for that game, Valhalla, the newest one. This shit looks just bad. It just looks like something they could have released on like the 360. It's like, what?
Get it?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, I don't get it. Not for
the
me.
Next one. What is the next Assassin's Creed? Like
Japan.
where do you take it next? Japan? Why have they not done that?
I don't know.
That
they did
Have they even done like ancient China? Like have they done any of that?
No.
Why? That's actually like a very good fit.
I don't know. Doesn't match up with their fucking stupid lore, I guess.
What is their? I hate their lore. The worst part of the game. Half the game is you being an assassin, and then the other half is having to walk around a building, and you can't sprint. It's awful. Just let me be an assassin.
And you just talk. They just talk to you about like gods and goddesses and like apples of creation and stuff. And it's like, what?
Assassin's Creed Garden Warfare.
Creed.
You go back in time to the zombie apocalypse. The one that happened in history.
The real one. The real one that happened.
You play as the pea shooter, but he's like humanoid. So it's like a green body, like the green giant, and then the head of a pea shooter.
I would love that.
I would play that.
I would fuck that, honestly. That sounds great.
Instead of a grappling hook, he like extends his arms like vines.
Disgusting.
That'd be a good game.
Terrific. Nah, you're right. It'd be a good game.
I've recently become obsessed with the Pikmin games, and I've never played one.
No way!
I love the way they look.
The games are so good, Anthony. Which one are you playing?
None of them. I haven't played a single one ever.
Oh, you haven't played them? Oh my god, you got to play them somehow.
The fifth one's coming out. It's a re-release on the Switch. Did you play Pikmin as a kid, Teddy?
Yeah, I played Pikmin 1 and 2. I played the OGs, bro.
Did you actually? I don't think I've ever met anyone who's played a Pikmin game.
I was a Pikmin boy.
Yes.
I was a Pikmin boy. And I was that's so weird because I was thinking about bringing up Pikmin earlier on in this recording. And
Were you really?
But it's really weird that you did. But yeah, dude, Pikmin is the fucking shit. That game rocks. Like both of them. I played the second one more, but I played both. And dude, those games were fucking a big part of my childhood, honestly. Those games fucking are sick.
I genuinely had no idea about that. That's actually really funny. Because
dude, awesome.
Nintendo releases these little Pikmin shorts, like animated shorts, on their YouTube channel. Like I recommended to me recently, and I watched them. And they're just super cute. Just like these little men running around, or women. I don't know their genders, but they run around like disassemble things. And I was like, this is wonderful. Because in it, I know this is a sexual fetish. I promise it's not related to the sexual fetish. I mean, I've always been obsessed with the idea of being really small. Like, not in a sexual way. but like, I used to write stories about being a leprechaun. And like, because I loved the idea of being tiny and just like
we can keep digging the hole deeper and deeper. Like,
But I love the idea of being really tiny and just running around in like my backyard and it being like a forest. I think it stems from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with Rick Moranis.
Great movie.
Really good movie. But yeah, I just love that idea. And Pikmin is just these tiny little dude or dudettes running around and like taking cranes apart. And I saw the video
great.
and I was like, I need to play Pikmin. I love tiny things.
So good. I remember it being really hard.
Sexually,
It's not sexual.
I'm not sexually interested in the Pikmin. I want to play Pikmin is all.
They do be looking. I'm gonna say it. Some of the Pikmin, like there's these purple Pikmin and Pikmin 2 that are like some fat boys. Like there's some thick boys. I'm telling you that much, Anthony. So you better watch out for that when you get to that game.
I think my internet just crashed.
Hello?
Hello?
Did my internet just crash? That's what he typed.
I don't know. It just happened. Wait, let me see. Oh, wait, no, I can hear you now. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you now. I don't know what just happened there.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, Pikmin. I love it.
Pikmin, good shit. Good game. Get it.
We'll play it on the channel.
Somehow.
This is now a Let's Play
You
channel.
ever played
We're now gamers.
what's that game where you
Oh,
roll up the living room in the ball?
Katamari Damacy?
Yeah. You ever
I
played
never-
that?
No, but I like those too. Did you play them?
Yeah, I played the one you just said at my grandpa's house with like an old Xbox or something like that.
Oh, that's sick.
Are those
It's
fun
like
too?
my cousin owned it. I don't remember if it was fun. I just remember what you did.
Was a cousin.
No.
I'll bleep his name out. I won't leave that in. Patrick has a cousin who says Mario is Mario, and I just find that very funny.
Area. That's hilarious.
The Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario.
I love old GameCube games. I think that was like that was our generation of gaming that we kind of grew up alongside of. I didn't own a GameCube, but I'd play Kirby's Air Ride over at my friend's house a lot. And they also had Pikmin. I watched them play Pikmin too.
Kirby's Air Ride, dude, was my shit. Yeah, I was a GameCube gamer. I had the GameCube during that time. I can probably easily say that it's still to my day my favorite console. Like the games I played on that console still are so much better than anything I played recently.
They were really
Like,
good.
honestly.
I think part of that is Nintendo is just really good at releasing like great IPs. Like their consoles they're not always like they're a little bit behind, I would say, with their consoles. Like they're not the best graphics, they're not, all that, but the IPs are just amazing. Like you can't find a system with better what do they call that? Like console specific titles, exclusives.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Besides maybe PlayStation, but
Oh, they do.
theirs
have
are
some
all
good
kind
ones.
of similar, I'd say. Like they're all kind of like Naughty Dog-esque. They're just like story-driven third-person action games. A lot of their exclusives.
That's true.
Besides maybe
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, but that's like still a third-person action game.
I think Naughty Dog's been very influential on PlayStation gaming.
It has.
Gaming. Welcome to the Gamer Podcast episode 2.
Yeah. I think we did a good job because this time we left it till the end of the podcast to bring up the gaming.
That's true. And no one ever gets this far.
No, so we're good. We're fine.
Although, shout out to the last episode, the Shrek Goes to Hell episode. The average view time was like 50 minutes. I don't know who. Someone out there
Nice.
someone out there has been listening to like the entirety of that podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to whoever did that. Shout out to, I could have done this earlier in. Shout out to Echoic or Echoic. I don't know how you want that name said. Shout out to all the Shout out to whoever unsubbed from us. I say whoever. I know exactly who it was, and I know you're not listening now. Not cool, man. I know who you are. Don't know what we did wrong. I don't know what you want us to do.
God.
God. We'll fix it. I want to do a video coming up here where we look at like WikiHow articles, because apparently there's some
those
insane wiki. There's stuff like how to keep your parents from divorcing.
Oh, what?
And they have drawings.
Yeah, they're
I think
pretty
that'd
bad.
be a fun. I think that'd be a
That's a
fun
good idea.
video to do. I think that'd be a good one. Maybe that'll bring back our subs.
Bring them back. Bring back whoever left. Who did it? You have to tell us.
It was.
What?
Oh, I said it. Yeah, it was like one of Caden's like lackeys.
Oh, that fucking guy. I thought it
That
was
little
just
bastard.
The little runt.
Run.
Dislocate your
Go
knees.
comment on his channel.
Yeah, go get him. Go get him.
Call him out. I will.
Can you imagine if you called? Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
YouTube drama is how you grow.
Take him out.
No one
Snipe
grows
him.
by making podcasts. We got to take his knees out.
That's right. That's right.
We can fix this.
That's right.
Well, I think that's a good ending point. I think we covered a lot of ground.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
So thanks for tuning in. Sorry we didn't talk about anything spooky. Pretty sure this episode's going up like on Halloween. So
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I promise on the Thanksgiving special we'll talk about the history of Native American and Pilgrim relations.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun for everybody.
We won't talk about that. I don't even know if we'll have a Thanksgiving. We'll do a Thanksgiving special where I teach you guys how to bowl with frozen turkeys.
Yeah,
in
perfect.
cans.
We knock over the cranberry cans.
Yeah,
The good old American tradition right there.
the classic tradition that brings us closer to Christ.
It does.
Well, thanks for punished dog.